Good day, everyone. Today, my friend Malini and I will be presenting our conceptual paper entitled Online Assessment, the Challenges and Benefits in ESL Classroom Among Practitioners. I'm Durga and I will be talking about the introduction, problem background, problem statement, and the conceptual framework. So, as we all are aware, back in March 2020, COVID-19 impacted and affected the traditional assessment to online assessment. Many e-learning experts believe that online assessment can play an important role in enhancing the learning experiences as well as their academic performances. So prior to this, blended learning gave teachers the opportunity to include formative assessment via asynchronous and synchronous modes with the inclusion of reliable monitoring, interactive quizzes, and activities. Namponchai and Adams 2016 stated that e-learning offers an alternative for students to gain access to materials online, interact, and collaborate with fellow students and teachers. In the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2013 to 2025, the role of ICT is immensely important as we are currently in the second phase. Prior to the outbreak of COVID-19, the integration of information and communication technology has been a highlight for the 21st century classroom. Web 2.0 and the integration of ICT in the classroom, such as Google Classroom and Delima, have created a learner-centered classroom that can be described with learners' active involvement through discussion, commenting, collaborative writing, or project work. This was stated by Oker 2001 on his studies. According to the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2013 to 2025, Malaysian teachers have made significant progress in terms of technology adoption. And this was stated by Muhammad 2014 on his studies. Numerous empirical studies on the use of web-based education and evaluation have been published. However, investigations on how ESL teachers in Malaysia use it are still minimal. Academicians and education technologists acknowledge that online-based assessment plays a crucial part in the learning process because online-based assessment is in fact challenging. So majority of empirical studies have been done on internet-based assessment. However, the online ESL evaluation in the Malaysian context has yet to be explored. Now let us look at the background of the problem. Based on the findings, it can be concluded that teachers are still facing some issues with the integration of ICT in the classroom assessment. And now let us talk about the problem statement. Due to the inevitable ongoing epidemic, teachers are actually forced to adopt online learning approach, which will actually force the implementation of online-based assessment much faster. So the implication can be detrimental as students are remotely monitored, thus disconnecting them from their peers and teachers. And when students no longer able to actively participate in classroom activities, some students become passive learners. So in contrast to the face-to-face classroom experience, students and teachers only interact online with restricted airtime. And Sahu 2020 stated that teachers are only trained to use online platform either as the only delivery mode or as supplementary skill to support face-to-face teaching. And Matuk 2020 stated on his studies that the biggest challenge with the implementation of online learning is regarding user security, reliability, and misuse of technology. This is because students are using the internet without the physical presence of teachers. And studies on teachers' readiness to online teaching are inadequate compared to substantial studies on students. This was stated by Rasmita Dila and Lapada on their studies 2020. Now, let us look at the literature review 2.1, the conceptual framework. This is the conceptual framework which was actually adopted from Technology Acceptance Model by Davis 1989, and this model was actually revised to cater our conceptual paper. So Davis 1989 has defined three important elements, namely perceived usefulness, perceived ease of use, and attitude towards usage. This model actually aims to find out how teachers feel about using online-based exams to replace traditional assessment. And here, perceived usefulness can be defined as how ESL teachers assume the benefits of online-based assessment for language learning, and also as how online assessment may support students to enhance their academic achievement. And perceived ease of use is actually the notion on how it is for a teacher to implement online assessment via technological tool. And attitude towards usage actually refers to how integration of online-based assessment in the context of language assessment is being viewed. So that's all from me. And now over to you, Malini.
Thank you, Durga. Now I'm going to continue the literature review part on the online-based assessment. According to Conceptual Group 2018, teachers can classify and grade their students, provide comments, and plan their teaching based on the assessments, which means that e-assessment doesn't take over the traditional way of evaluating the students, but instead it improves how students are being evaluated by more advanced method, which is online desk. According to Weber 2012, assessment is activities designed primarily to foster student learning. According to Pandian 2020, students today engage in online assessment in various ways, and it is critical to assess their level. So now I'm going to talk about the advantages of online-based assessment. According to Abdul Ghani 2017, teachers can classify and grade their students, provide comments, and plan their teaching based on the assessment. According to Dyer 2019 and Mohammed 2018, when teachers adopt online assessments, they must use the right tools to ensure that students understand the requirements of the task. According to Abdul Ghani 2017, the cost of printing, storing, and delivering textual examinations and findings can be reduced by using online assessment. And according to Mock 2014, online-based assessments can be performed outside of the classroom, saving time in the classroom and enabling more time for other teaching and learning activities. And according to Lady Shield Sky 2015, online-based assessment can be completed more often. I will continue on the advantages part 2. Now, according to Amir Yousefi 2019, provide students with immediate feedback which they may utilize to improve their studies and to prepare for traditional testing. And according to D. Balema 2021, students' learning and teachers' professional development can both benefit from the formative online assessment, despite most educators and students needing to be convinced first that online assessment is both appropriate and beneficial. According to Shram 2019, benefits of not having to print, thus it saves paper and money. So now I'm going to talk about the previous research on the challenges of online-based assessment. The possibility of cheating, which is the most serious issues of online assessment. And each student should have access to a computer and the internet to participate in online assessment. This is said by Hamid 2020. Sayadi 2021 mentioned that any issues with the internet connection might cause delays in the assessment schedule. According to a study by Ganbari and Nauruzi 2021, the teachers initially encountered significant pedagogical, technological, administrative, and effective difficulties after the switch to online assessment. A study by Forrester 2020 found that students' grades fell with modified assessment via online mode. When there are challenges, definitely there will be good practices too. So now we'll talk about the evidences of good practices with online-based assessment. According to Cheng and Chow 2016, factors such as technology, delivery, pedagogy, learning styles, and learning outcomes should all be considered while conducting an online assessment. According to Martin 2019, diverse online components, assessment criteria, and methods are required to measure students' learning while meeting students' needs and addressing the accountability challenges. Based on Merriweather 2021, questions should be designed to assess comprehension rather than memorization to give thorough constructive feedback and to ensure that technology used is user-friendly as accuracy of online assessment is vital. Based on Kyril and Mokshan 2018, Kahoot, a game-based online assessment, creates an active, competitive, and engaging and fun environment. Based on MRD 2018, language teachers can use technology tools such as Plickers in their classroom to measure the effectiveness of their teaching and the learning of their students. Now we have come to the end part of the presentation. So for the conclusion part, the systematic preparation, the purpose of the assessment with the content produced by the teacher and the online assessment delivers unambiguous instruction are among the positive perceptions. Another result is that online-based assessment is both effective and flexible. It can be done synchronously or asynchronously at any time from any place as long as the internet is available. So based on our findings, we personally agree that online assessment is really beneficial for every students and teachers as well as it gives timely and constructive feedback. We get to know our results quickly and it saves time and papers as well. So that's all from us. Thank you.